They charged me over $50 for one night for Wi-Fi and local free calls I didn't even use. And it's perfectly legal. Welcome to Las Vegas. I'm gonna take you through Sin City like a first-time visitor and show you all the different ways this place gets extra money out of you without you realizing it. So that way when it's your turn, you don't fall into these same traps. After over 12 years of living in Las Vegas, I thought that I had seen it all. The goal today is simple. Try to survive an entire day of Vegas without getting legally scammed. What's in your hotel bill? How can some foods be free but still feel like a ripoff? And how are casinos using psychology to manipulate you into paying more without you even noticing? Let's begin with something that pretty much everyone gets hit with, even before you arrive in Las Vegas. You book a room for $79, but the final bill is almost double that.
Hotels do this because it makes them look cheaper in search results. The low price gets the click, then the fine print hits you after you've been booked. The other reason hotels do this is because they get to pay less money to third-party websites. If you book a $79 room from a third-party site, but the resort fee is $55, the hotel pays the website a commission only on the $79 room price. Nearly all strip hotels have a resort fee of at least $50 to $55 per night. So a $99 room becomes a $175 room. Because remember, you pay the $99 room price plus 13.38% room tax on that, plus the $55 resort fee, plus the 13.38% room tax on top of the resort fee.
If you're gonna ask for them to waive the resort fee at the front desk just because, you're pretty much guaranteed to get told no. But if you did have a legitimate problem or something that your resort fee was supposed to include was not included, then you have a better chance. There's never a guarantee, but you might get lucky if you ask. This one caught me off guard. Ahorita estamos aquí en un restaurante llamado Chayo in a link promenade at the center of the Las Vegas Strip to show you a fee that most people don't even realize is there. It's on the menu, but barely. You have to squint and look closely at the bottom, fine print, to see that they add a 4.9% CNF concession and franchise fee. Your server doesn't mention it, but it's on your final bill. And the wild part, the fee is legal. The good news is that every single person I've ever heard that has asked to have the fee removed from their bill has been successful because it adds zero extra value to your meal. I'm gonna ask the server if they'll actually waive the fee for this meal, so stay tuned because we're gonna come back and find out if I'm able to get it done. You landed in Vegas, you got your luggage, you're walking through the airport, and you see a stack of magazines that look something like this. A lot of organizations claim to feature the best of Las Vegas, and they give awards for things like best hotels, casinos, restaurants, real estate agents, and just about any other thing you could think of. But the question is, can these best of lists be trusted? The place I'm standing at right now is the Skyfall Lounge at the W Hotel connected to Mandalay Bay, which has won an award for Best Lounge. When I saw that, I thought, well, that makes sense to me because this place is really cool. It's on the 64th floor, so it's got an incredible view looking north on the Strip. There's no cover charge to get up here, and it's got a really cool vibe, and lots of people love to come up here and grab a drink. But then I noticed something interesting. According to the website, this award came from an organization that I've never even heard of, the Southern Nevada Hotel Concierge Association. That caught my attention, so I did a little digging. And what I found might make you question every best of list you've ever trusted.
Their website looks pretty professional. They've got member hotels listed, corporate sponsors, and a whole page dedicated to their top honors awards winners. Every year they hand out awards for best restaurant, best show, best tour, and other categories. Sounds like the kind of organization that would know what they're talking about. But here's where it gets interesting. I started looking at their list of award winners and comparing it to their list of member hotels. And guess what I found? Almost every single business that won an award either pays to be a member of this organization or sponsors it financially. The best restaurant turned out to be at a member hotel. The best show, also a member hotel. Best tour company, corporate sponsor. Best golf course, owned by MGM, which is a member. Then I found the Smoking Gun. One of their top honors awards winners is a car rental company called Go Rentals. I've never heard of them, so I looked them up. This company has 3 Google reviews total, and all 3 are 1 star. 3 reviews in 5 months, all negative, and they somehow made the list of award winners for this concierge association. But guess what? They're also listed as a corporate sponsor. This is often how the game works in Vegas. Businesses pay to join these industry organizations, or they advertise, and in return, they get awards that they can put on their websites and marketing materials.
And in some cases, some of these businesses will tell all their employees that they need to go and vote for them in order to win some of these best of awards. How do I know? Well, back when I worked in hospitality, I remember going into work one night, and before I even clocked in, being told, hey, go to the office. The management made sure every single employee stepped in the office, pulled out their phone, and anybody who was working there had to go online and vote for us to be number one for all these single categories to try to end up being able to win the award so they could now use it in their marketing. Remember, a big way that media outlets make money is from advertisers. They need it so much that sometimes it's the first thing you see at the top of their homepage. And you'll often notice a lot of overlap between who pays to advertise and who wins an award. So next time you see a business in Vegas say that they won an award, you kind of got to ask yourself, is it more so that they won it or did they buy it? Another thing to keep in mind when it comes to these magazines is that they'll often feature top real estate agents. But you'll frequently notice that many of the real estate agents that you see that are in their top list or their best of list are also a lot of the same ones who are paying for advertising in the magazine. What I prefer to do as both a licensed real estate agent and a licensed mortgage loan originator here in Nevada is reach as many people as I can through these videos to give you the fullest picture of what it's like to actually live here in Vegas, both the good and the bad, so that you can make the best decision for yourself. And I also have access to an online tool that shows me every transaction that a real estate agent and every loan that an originator has in their name. And let me tell you, some of these people that you see on social media may not be doing as much business as you might think. And if you need help buying, selling, or renting in the Las Vegas area, there's a QR code on screen and a link down below. You can use either one to fill out your information and get a customized game plan for your situation for free. I'm about to buy the same beer at two different places about 30 feet apart here at the Link Hotel and Casino. It's gonna be same brand, same casino, and same size beer can. And because neither of these places actually display the price before you buy, you're not gonna know what the full cost is until you're already paying for it. Let's go. Corona, my man. Please. That's right, you have to open it for me, huh? You're at the bar. All right, thank you, sir. So, out the door price for each of these, $18.41 if you get at the bar, $12.41 if you get inside the store. So this is obviously gonna be your cheaper option. If you're gonna go to the bar, expect to pay about 50% more. What the casinos are hoping is that you don't check for prices anywhere because they don't display the prices. They're hoping that you just go to the nearest place and buy it. I have seen price differences before at another casino, but not as big as I've seen here. So keep that in mind when you're looking to buy a drink here in Vegas and you're trying to be on a budget. Also, if anybody wants 2 free Coronas, they're right here at the link. See you guys. I've put together a full scam survival guide with everything you're seeing in this video today, plus a few that I'm not able to say online. I'll tell you guys where to get it at the end. Even when you think you got a good deal in Las Vegas, you sometimes still get proverbially smacked in the face with another sneaky way to have more money taken out of your pocket. And this is the kind of crap that makes people hate Las Vegas. It's advertised as free until it's not. Take the roller coaster behind me, for example. One ride is 25 bucks. That's pretty steep. But when you check out this deal they're advertising, it says $49 gets you the ride, 100 arcade credits, 100 redemption points, a plushie, and a free hot dog, which sounds like you're saving some decent money. But there's a problem with the word free that you might not catch until it's too late. The hot dog is free, but only with the purchase of a beverage from Nathan's. It turns out the cheapest drink that they have here is $5.95. Plus sales tax, you're looking at over $6. Is it enough to break the bank? No. Will people find it annoying? Yes. This drives people crazy because it's advertised as free, but it's really more like a buy one, get one. So if I want everything that's included in my $49 package, I actually have to spend even more money. That is not free. That is conditional. They use the word free to get your attention, but in Vegas, that sometimes means you're still going to pay something. Kind of like when the hotel comps you a room, but you still have to pay the resort fee.
For decades, slot machines gave you actual coins when you cashed out. You'd hear the satisfying sound of quarters hitting the metal tray and you'd walk away with exactly what you won. Then came a period when casinos switched to these paper vouchers for security reasons, which made sense. Less cash floating around, harder to steal, and easier to track.
I just finished playing this slot machine. I got $9.37 left I need to cash out. So let's go do that.
Casinos made a change that benefits them greatly and at the same time screws you. Now, when you cash out your voucher at many casinos, any amount on the voucher for less than $1 gets printed on a separate voucher that you have to take to a human cashier and wait in line to get your change.
So, I got my $9 back, but I did not get my 37 cents back. A lot of casinos in Vegas now do not give you coins anymore since COVID. So, there's only one way to get this 37 cents. Now I'm gonna show you how inconvenient it is. Follow me.
All of this unclaimed money from these vouchers is estimated to add up to tens of millions of dollars in recent years. But here's the part that most people don't know. What the casinos do is collect all of the vouchers because this ultimately becomes another source of revenue. 25% of unclaimed voucher money goes to the casino, and the other 75% of unclaimed money goes to the state government. So by making it inconvenient for you to get all of your money back, the casinos and the government together have found a clever way to make more revenue for themselves.
Good morning. Just want to get my 37 cents, that's all.
7 cents.
Cool. All righty, man, I appreciate it.
Nice meeting you, man.
Nice to meet you too. Cool, thank you, take care, guys. Success! I got my 37 cents back. I guess they didn't have any quarters. They ran out of quarters, but nonetheless, got it back. But yeah, for a lot of people, that's very annoying that the casinos do that. They feel like they're ripped off because now you have to go walk through the casino and go to the cashier's cage just to get your change. Fortunately, I got lucky, there was no line. If there's a line, you gotta wait 5 or 10 minutes. It's even more annoying. If you're playing the slot machine right here, you'll see this cauldron get filled up more and more with coins. And a lot of people think that that means that they're getting closer to winning big. The fuller it gets, the more excited a lot of people become. And some people even like bounce around between machines trying to find one to see where the cauldron has the most gold in it. And some people are convinced that they're about to hit a jackpot or a bonus or something big, which is exactly what the casino wants you to think because it's all fake.
Every slot machine has a help screen that explains how the game works, all the rules, and all the payouts. Most people never look at it because it's boring. But buried in there, I found the answer, which revealed the cauldron animations are for display purposes only and have no effect on triggering a bonus. That means the cauldron filling up is just a cartoon designed to keep you playing. Whether it's completely empty or overflowing with coins, your odds of winning are exactly the same. The machine's random number generator decides whether you win before the reels even stop spinning. Everything else is just entertainment to keep you engaged. The slot manufacturers are basically programming false hope directly into the game. They're showing you visual cues that suggest you're making progress towards a big win, but those cues are lies. The filling cauldron, the near misses, and other visuals are all designed to make you think the next big spin might be the one. They're all for display purposes only. The game is deceiving you about how close you actually are to winning.
Once you read the instructions on some of these slot machines, you'll be amazed at what the fine print says about how some of them actually work. 44%. That is how much you're gonna pay in taxes, fees, and gratuity if you get bottle service at this nightclub right behind me. When I worked in hospitality, a lot of that time was spent working in the club industry, and I've never seen fees this high before. So let me show you how they turn a $5,000 minimum into a $7,000 plus nightmare.
I found out about this from a guy who works in the club scene on the Strip. He told me Omnia has the highest total fees in Vegas now, and when he said 44%, I initially didn't believe him because of how high that actually was. So I went online and priced out a table to see for myself, and what I found was absolutely insane. Let's say you want to book on a Saturday night. You go to their website, pick up a table for up to 12 people, which is a $5,000 minimum spend. Seems expensive, but not so crazy for Vegas bottle service. Then you get to the checkout page, and that's where they hit you with the real costs. First, there's a 20% recommended gratuity. Recommended means automatic. You can't avoid it, because when you book on this page, there is nowhere to click to adjust the gratuity amount. That's $1,000 right off the top. Then there's something called an admin fee, $700, which works out to 14% of your bill. I have no idea what an admin fee is supposed to cover, but it's not cheap. Then you add sales tax on top of everything. Your $5,000 table just became $7,177.38. That's 44% in total taxes, fees, and gratuity. 44%. Most people don't pay that much in income tax, but you're paying it for one night at a nightclub. There's other clubs in Vegas where the gratuity, fees, and taxes total up to 40%, which is also plenty high. But 44% is gradually pushing customers to the point where they're going to need to start making a note in their head to add 50% to the price that they see so they're not totally shocked at checkout.
If you're gonna get bottle service in Las Vegas, budget for at least 30% more than the price you see on the website. When you are booking, be sure to check every single line so you don't get any surprises. Well, I ordered my massive breakfast, as you guys can see. I just got a parfait, $12.75. Definitely sweet. I don't eat a ton of parfaits as part of my regular life, but for today, I'll do it.
Okay, it's gonna be right here. It's gonna ask if you want to leave a tip on the card, and then you can go ahead and just...
So where's the...
I got the receipt right here.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
No worries. So 75, CNF, 60. What's the CNF?
CNF, so we're not a part of the student rewards, so it's a fee that they put on the bill because they charge us basically.
They remove it?
Yeah, I can get it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Give me 1 second. I'll do that for you, and I'll be right back. Okay?
Thank you. This
Okay,
works.
so she's gonna show that they took off the CNF as well. It's $0. Okay.
I see it. Thank you.
Ask if you want to leave a tip.
18, 20, or 22, or other. Heck yeah. Well, you got to remove, so how about 25? All right, ends up being 29. Good enough. You're welcome. Well, guys, remember that CNF fee from earlier? Got rid of it. So I just politely asked my server, said, hey, are they willing to waive this? And she did not hesitate for 1 second. She goes, oh yeah, totally. So it wasn't a big deal. Like the servers, it's not a big deal to them to waive it for you, but the higher ups, the company owners, they're the ones that are hoping you don't notice. That's the real scam. Over the years, I've been to numerous spas across the Vegas Valley and gotten a massage. And when I go, I always budget 20% because they pretty much all have an auto gratuity somewhere around there. But lately I've noticed that some places will show the same word on the receipt, but they might have more than one line item, and the words seem to have different meaning based on the spa you go to.
Here's a receipt from Resorts World. I paid $205 for a 60-minute massage, and they added 20% service charge, which came out to $45.40. The receipt clearly says service charge, and when I asked, they explained it's gratuity for the staff. 20% total, which is exactly what I expected. I found out that 18% goes to the massage therapist and 2% goes to the support staff. But the $165 massage I got at the Hilton Grand Vacation just a little farther north displays their charges differently. They have two separate line items. One says gratuity for $28.05. Then there's another line that says service charge for $6.60. When I paid, I didn't even notice this line because I had never seen a separate service charge on top of an auto gratuity at a spa before. Add them up, and I paid $34.65 in fees and gratuity, which works out to be 21%, which is the highest I've ever seen at a spa anywhere. The way charges are structured here are better for the company, but that's because they take a little bit away from the standard tip for the massage therapist and add a small amount more to the total for you to pay. It may not seem like much, but by squeezing a little more from both the worker and the customer, it gives these massive companies another discreet way to help increase their revenue that most people won't even notice.
There's a fee in Vegas that I never knew existed until I tried to book a room over the phone. This happened to me when I was trying to book a comped room.
I had received an offer in the mail for a free night at Harrah's because I gambled enough at Caesars Properties. Free room, but I still had to pay the resort fee. When I called to ask about my options and to book it, the agent explained there's a $15 phone booking fee, like it was completely normal. If I wanted to avoid the fee, I'd have to hang up and book online. Turns out this has been going on at Caesars Properties for at least 9 years. I found forum posts from 2016 where people were complaining about the exact same thing. MGM Resorts started doing it more recently. They implemented the phone booking fees in 2024, as far as I know. So now, both of the major casino companies charge you extra for the privilege of booking through their employees, but others might as well. This is part of a bigger trend where businesses try to force customers into automated systems by making human interaction inconvenient. They want you to use their website, their app, and a check-in kiosk because it's cheaper for the company. So they make it a pain if you actually want to talk to a human. The irony is that sometimes you need to call because their website doesn't work properly, or you have certain questions about all the available options for you, or something else could be an issue. But even when their technology fails, they might still charge you extra for the phone call to fix it. Here's my advice. Booking online is a good way to obviously avoid those fees. But if you have to call for any reason, ask them to waive the booking fee as a courtesy. You might get lucky, especially if you're polite about it and explain that you tried using the website first.
None of these scams or ripoffs break the law. That's what makes them so dangerous. They're legal, they're quiet, and they're everywhere. As you saw in the video, some of these even surprised me a bit, but I wanted to share this with you so you can see how subtle some of these are. I've put together a free PDF with every scam that I covered today, plus several more that I did not. Be sure to use the QR code on screen or the link down below to go ahead and grab that right now. I pay for my own rooms. I don't do comps in exchange for a video. So when I say that I've noticed these scams, it's because I've either felt it myself or I become aware of it and I do what I can to avoid it and share it with you.
There are certain things that Las Vegas hotel and casino employees will never tell you. To find out what they are, check out this video.
Look at these two cups. At first glance, you may not notice a lot of difference between them, but one is skinnier than the other. That is not an accident. That is very much by design.